Okay, good morning, guys, and welcome to our first session in our subject ICT 410. So, first things first, what we're going to do is to have the lecture first, and afterwards, you can have our Q&A, and then afterwards, our announcements. So, our lesson for today is about basic user interface. We will not be dwelling upon this topic for a longer time, just this session, because you all taken up operating systems in your subject some semesters ago. So this is just a refresher of part of the OS topic, so that it will be because OS is a part of network administration. So we'll be tackling this topic. Okay. So for first things first, our objectives for this morning is to number one, discuss the importance of basic user interface. Number two is to value the importance of basic user interface. And number three, understand the basic concepts and structures of basic user interface. So we have GUI, or your graphical user interface, and it is part of your operating system, no? So basically, your user interface facilitates communication between an application and its user, or you, by acting as the intermediary between them. So each application, including the operating system, is provided with a specific user interface for effective communication. Then the two basic information of a user interface of an application is to take the inputs from the user and to provide the outputs to the user. So basically, that's what it do. However, the types of input taken by the UI, or the user interface, and the types of output provided may vary from one application to another. So there are two kinds, or there are two classification of a user interface. That is number one, graphical user interface, or GUI, and the second one will be the CLI, or the command line interface. So for GUI, the graphical user interface, or is a type of user interface that enables the user to interact with the operating system by means of point and click operation. So basically, point and click operation refers to your mouse function. So there will be a time that you'll be clicking on several objects that is pointing on your mouse pointer. So that is the basic function for your GUI. It also contains several icons representing pictorial representations of variables. So what are these variables? Example of these are files. It may be a directory, or maybe a device. So the graphical icon provided in the UI, such as a desktop ninyo guys, no? When you start your computer, and the first thing that you can see is your desktop application. So you can see there your icons, no? And it is part of your UI. So it can be manipulated by the user using suitable pointing devices such as the mouse, the trackball, the touchscreen, or the light pen. So other input devices like keyboard can also be used to manipulate these graphical icons. GUIs are considered to be very user-friendly interface because each object is represented with its corresponding icon. So unlike other UIs, the user need not provide text command for executing task. So when you're executing task for command lines, you're using CLI, not GUI anymore. Okay. So the advantages of GUI-based operating system are as follows. Number one, the GUI interface is easy to understand, and even the new users can operate on them on their own. So that's the first advantage. It's easy to understand, and new users can operate between them. So GUI makes things easier. So GUI actually was invented during the time where CLI was first introduced. So it's still a young technology. But I think the proponent of the GUI was not Microsoft. Microsoft just introduced Windows application. Pero sa Windows application nanda guys, ang Windows 95 1.1 1.11, that's the time that GUI was introduced, no? Pero Microsoft was not the proponent of GUI. Actually, it was the Palo Alto company called Xerox, no? So, Xerox LLP ang nagaano kakaping machine ninyo guys. Sila ang nag-introduce kanyo nga GUI, no? Ginkopya lang da ni Macintosh, which is the parent of your Apple now, of your iPads, your iPhones, and of course your Windows. Ginkopya lang ng dada. So may istorya da a long time ago that Steve Jobs and Microsoft founder Bill Gates visited Palo Alto, Xerox company. So gin-patent nanda sa technology ka Xerox. The GUI number 2, the GUI interface visually acknowledges and confirms each type of activities performed by the users. So for example, when the user deletes a file in the Windows operating system, so then the operating system asks for the confirmation before deleting it. So that is the safeguard of your Windows, so that you'll have to think if you really wanted to delete your file. So when you're going to delete your file, it goes to your recycled bin, and your file stays there. And then you have a choice if you wanted to replace the file or go back to the original kung hindi siya naghalin nga directory, or you can delete it permanently, no? So not necessarily permanently, because there are third-party softwares that you can use to regain your file. So pwede na siya na gamit ka mo recovery software, pwede nyo ma-recover ang file na gin-delete nyo actually sa inyong recycled bin. So in the entirety, there will be a possibility that if you're going to delete your file, you delete it permanently using special software, so that hindi doon makita yung file nyo or hindi na ma-retrieve pa. If you're going to study computer forensics, pwede. It's there. It's there how you are going to recover your file. But that is another topic pa. Okay? And then the number 3, for the GUI interface, enables the users to perform a number of tasks at the same time. So these features of the operating system are also known as multitasking. So basically, multitasking was also created and pioneered by using the GUI. So kung waay na invento ang graphical user interface, waay man waay man kita nag-multitasking. So that is the advantage in terms of productivity, no? So duro maobra naton kung nagagamit kita ka GUI, unlike ka CLI nga puro linya kag commands ang i-ano niyo. Although karang una naabtan pa namon guys, sa tiyempo ka CLI nga mag-boot gani ang Windows, gagamit pa kami flash drive, ang floppy. Pwede nyo siya mapanguyab gani, no? It's 5x8 nga malapad na siya nga disk. Ang inyo do karon flash drive lang gid, so do amo kagamay. So flash drive lang siya. Pero karang una do pamaypay ka lapad ang flash drive. Hasta nga naghimo siya 3.5 lang, nagamay do lang nga pwede mo isuok sa ano. Pero karang una nga CLI pa, you still have to wait for the booting, and you still have to type commands para mapa-andar ang inyong mga applications. So magamit kami, why kami at Microsoft Word karang una, pero ang ginagamit namon is ang Word star. Tapos ginasave ang file using a command. So instead of Microsoft Excel, ang ginagamit namon karang una, gagamit kami Lotus 123. So those are the past years pa, no? Nga karang una pa, dinosaur pa yung computer. Ang screen pa naman kato, green pa ang color niya. So that was 1990s pa. So that was 1995, 1996, 97. Although gamat-amat, pagka year 2000, naka-invento na ang flash drive, and then ang Windows ninyo nag-improve man ang GUI. So as time pass by, ang GUI ay ang nag-improve. Orihedo lang guys ang inyong mga Linux operating systems. Orihid lasanda nagka-GUI doon. Ikarang una, puro command line interface par CLI ang ginagamit for Unix or Linuxes. So gagamit lang karang una Linux kag Unix sa mga companies like Meralco and other multinational companies kay nagagamit sanda terminals pa kag ang andang main computer nga data bank is ang ginatawag ninyo nga dang mainframe computers. So do aparador da sa kanggod nga ang ana nga dang ana pa nga dang storage is magnetic tape. So hindi pa siya ang do karon hard drive ninyo is hard disk na or hard disk drive. Ang do karon gani guys SD na kita. So gamay na siya nga storage devices nga pwede niyo ma-cram sa inyong laptop. Pero when you have magnetic tapes, daw ano siya, daw pareho ka cassette tape ninyo pero hanggod lang. So kung makakita pa kamo karon ka cassette tape or I don't know kung nakakita ka mo ka cassette tape, daw cassette tape ya itsura niya na. So magnetic tape pud tawag. Pero your GUI, as I've said sa number 3, enables the users to perform ang multitasking. So that is very much the innovation that your GUI was brought about sa technology or sa pag-ubra natin sa ano. Now, in your activity number 1, you're going to have Research 101. So it's there in your module. Please refer to your module in your Google Classroom. No, it's there. So number 1 is to research on three-dimensional GUIs. And then what are its application in software development? You have to give a detailed example. No? For just give several paragraphs no? As an example. No need to expound gid nga grabe gid. You can also refer to references, pero don't copy the reference nga copy paste. You have to traverse lang in your own. So ano lang ninyo, restructure ang sentences ninyo so that there will be no copyright implications. So number 2, what are the layers of GUI based on Windows operating system? You have to also give detailed examples. So when you speak about layers of GUI, I think I can find it. I just Google it and then read and study, and then give examples. And so for your example, guys, I think you need to give true to life example. So what I mean about true to life example, these are examples that is being used in the industry or that the example that is being used in a real life situation. So that's what I mean about give detailed example for your layers of GUI in number 2. And in number 3, where does GUI fit in operating system? So diin siya ma-fit sa inyong operating system, diin siya applicable or diin siya nakabagay sa operating system ninyo. And what are the challenges in making GUIs? So what are the challenge that the programmers or the designers of the program or the designers of the software undertake to give you a better user interface, no? So just like for example, you can give real life situation like for example, if you go to ATM machines, you just compare it, no, ano itsura ka ATM machine sa land bank, ano itsura sa BDO na kag diin mas manami gamiton, mas hapos kag insa na. So those are the things that you need to expound on number 3. I given you an idea already, no? ATM machine. So you just expound it in your own words. All right. Now let's go to CLI. CLI is older compared to your GI. Now your CLI stands for command line interfaces. So when you are going to use your DOS or your PC DOS, PC DOS and DOS is just a disk operating system. It's not a 2 peso coin. No, DOS, no? It's not a 2 peso coin. But DOS refers to disk operating system. And your DOS for your Microsoft is called a PC DOS. So what is the difference between your CLI and GUI? Mas ma-appreciate ninyo guys ang CLI I'm sorry, the GUI compared sa CLI kay because you are structuring a command line and puro commands ang ina-type ninyo sa keyboard so that your computer can understand and make adjustments to whatever code that is being inputted in your DOS. So um, CLI is very invariably enables the users to interact with the operating system also, pero by issuing some specific commands, not you have to type it on your keyboard, not necessarily that you're going to use mouse, pero more on sa keyboard kita. So in order to perform a task with CLI, the user needs to type a command at a line. So after entering the key, the command line interpreter receive a command. And the software program that is responsible for receiving and addressing the command issued by the user. So after processing the command, the interpreter, may interpreter ang may gagamit pa tinyo ka interpreter no, kag ang compiler. So just like when you are going to program. So just like when you are going to program in applications like C# and Java or whatever na language, gagamit ka mo ka CLI kadayan guys kay line by line the execution kag at the same time gagamit ka mo keyboard more. Basta gagamit ka mo keyboard more, you are using CLI instead of GUI. Pero pwede ka mo within sa GUI, pwede ka mo kagamit CLI basta may special software lang ka mo nga gamiton. So the disadvantage of CLI is that the user needs to remember a lot of commands and then you have to interact with the operating system. Naka-immerse ka gid guys sa operating system. That is why sang una ang hindi ninyo ma-appreciate, hindi naton ma-appreciate ang Linux kay puro command anay antes ninyo mapagana ang program. Pero nowadays nag-aamat-amat nun kay user friendly ang Linux ninyo. And it even has what's this gani near to life nga nakopya nanda ang interface kay inyong Linux Windows. So pareho kadang sorry ang Linux ninyo may mga start menu dosanda. So dugin irog nanda gawa ang Windows. Kay ang Windows ang primarily ang naga full use ka GUI. That is why all over the world 75% of the users prefer to use Microsoft Windows compared to other operating system like Linuxes. Pero tulad sa mga companies kay ang gina-value nanda is ang security. Dali abi ma-hack ang Windows, dali siya mapeke, ma-pirate kag ma-manipulate. So kung companies now prefer more Linux OSs because for its security. Hindi siya ma-breach gawa compare sa Windows. So pero ang itsura ka Linux naton tulad guys, more or less nagaamat-amat doon ano ka GUI. Ma-appreciate niyo doon ni sulod na unlike karang una, no. Nga puro CLI lang siya. Okay? I think that's about it for this morning, no? Before we next is your activity number 2. You are going to make a pic collage. So I think you're expert on this activity na. Kaya I think appreciate ko gid ang mga pic collage ninyo no. Karang sa last sem sa mga subject ninyo sa IT Electric ug sa iba nga subject pa. So you're going to refer to your CLI and you're going to make a picture collage of the applications and label them according to their function. So may use online and offline software provided it will be copy-pasted as your activity number 2. Himuon nyo, ano siya guys, ng PDF ang inyo nga ano. Sa activity number 1 ninyo, the same man siya, I think. I-convert ninyo sa PDF ang word ninyo guys and before ninyo i-upload sa Google Classroom naton. So dapat naka-PDF ang inyong activities. Okay? Then provide at least 5 pictures or more. Kung gusto nyo dugangan, it's okay. Then this picture should not have the copyright implications and be downloaded for free in the internet. No, so you can have screenshot of your CLI and post it in your collage. provided it is related to our activity. Kung may mga pictures din nga inyo bala nga personal, you can upload it basta related lang sa activity number 2 naton. Okay? Now let's go to our code of the day. No, now what is this code of the day? What is code of the day? Code of the day is your recitation. So later on, I will show you your Google Classroom, and we'll be having this is 10% of your grade. Supposedly, this is after our session, pero you have to wait until 7 o'clock this evening. Kay, di ba, tunga ta kang klase naton, no? If ever you have attended the class right now, you may not attend or you may attend the class karon pa gabi at 6:30 p.m. Gin-device ko guys nga duwa mga lase sa isa ka because para sa kaninyo nga hindi ka attend bala kagabi aga ka mo ma-attend. Ang hindi naman ka pwede ka attend sa gabi hindi ka attend sa aga, then sa karon sa gabi sa ma-attend. Pero this one is the new changes that we'll be having. Di ba last time you are going to comment on our chat box. So di ba sa chat box naga-comment ka mo for your attendance. But this time it's different. Kina-notice ko gin-irog kay iban, no? Gin-irog kay iban niya style naton nga comment sa chat box do ka common do lang. So, nag-innovate kita, guys. This one is the code of the day. Kopya ko duman ang dadaya. Laban-laban. This code of the day is your attendance, supposedly. Pero why kami ka-attendance tulad, strict. Kay, di ba, this is not by the CHED to have attendance for the lectures. Although it is recommended that you have your presence, you have to attend your online classes. That is why we made mention of the code of the day. This will be your recitation. So this is the 10% of your grade. Later on, you have to answer the question, where? Sa Google Classroom ninyo. So you go to your Google Classroom later on, you check it out at 7 p.m. or sa 7:30 until 10 o'clock. Hasta lang sa 10 o'clock karon sa gabi. So, you have to answer the question. The question naton tulad is, what item am I holding during our first session? So kay nagakatol ang akong puwak, ang item nga ipakita ko kaninyo is strepsils. Okay? Take note of the kamo lang kadyan nakamaan tulad ang nag-attend sa klase naton tulad. The code of the day is strepsils. So para sa sore throat. This one is strepsils nga menthol. Pero ang favorite ko nga strepsils is ang orange. So kung gakatol dito tunlan nyo, si chimpo naton tulad is indit manami. At the same time, it's COVID. If you have flu and you think you have COVID or something, and you have sore throat, then you have to gargle Bactidol and take strepsils. So that nga hindi maglala sore throat ninyo. So the code of the day for this morning is strepsils. Okay? Okay. So later on, karon sa gabi, you have to log in for your attendance sa Google Classroom naton, okay? So add Astra per Sapin Sham to the stars through knowledge. So thank you guys for attending our lecture for this morning. Now, do you have any questions, guys, about our topic for this morning? So basically, this is just a review of your some topics on your operating system. Pero these are common. Your GUI and your CLI are common in these are common interfaces sa Windows application naton. And this is also found on other operating systems. So other than that, you can classify an operating system na pwede siya GUI or or naka-CLI siya. Pero there are operating systems nga naka-innovate nga both may ara sila GUI at the same time may ara man sila CLI. So the good thing about having both CLI and GUI is basically on applications that needs to reaffirm on any applications that you need to function in your computer. So as IT students, we are prone to programming subjects and other applications that needs both GUI and CLI. So that's why you need to study the advantages and disadvantages of these two, and or how are you going to harness um, applications that uses both CLI and GUI. Pero most of the time, I think GUI ang ginaano nanda kid. So GUI, basically, because of its multitasking properties, that it is very loadable for both programmers and developers. Now, to make full potential of your CLI or your GUI, it's based on your operating system. Nowadays, it's good if your operating system is updated. So what's new in operating system is on October 5, I think Microsoft will launch a global scale upgrading for Windows 11. So Windows 11 is on our doors now. Ako actually, I have not downloaded Windows 11 yet because gahulat pa ko ka hindi pa na siya manami kay kon bag-o may mga bugs pa na kag fixes. I don't want to use very buggy and operating system, and I'm contented lang anay sa Windows 10. Pero most of the siguro after several months, if na stable na siya, that's the time I'm going to upgrade my system or my laptop for Windows 11. Ang hindi ko nanamian ka Windows 11 because ang tsura niya nag-adapt sanda sa Linux-based nga application. Though amo de tsura nanda. And daw tsura niya daw Linux nga daw may pagka Mac. So do hindi ko hiyang ang duraon dumananda duman ang kineksperimentuhan dumananda ang start menu. So hindi gid ko it fan ka operating system nga wala it start menu. It's because nga mabudlay mag-browse sa mga submenus. Especially that nagaedad na kita, ang mata ko do medyo I cannot work on the screen for a long time, no. So kinanglan patyon man yung screen or after klase paway anay, and then obrado man ka mga module nato, no. So going back to our topic, which has a GUI and it's very timely that Microsoft is gaining traction for Windows 11. And let us see, if the GUI of Windows 11 or its CLI will probably be improved kung naka-improve na siya. So pero as I've said, medyo kontento na ko gawa tulad ka interface ka Windows 10. However, you still have to update sa mga bag-o nga update nanda. So reminder pagid guys, it's not only with the interface for your operating system ang dapat ninyo nga update, but pati pa ang mga drivers na pagid. So ang manami sa Windows is that when you are going to update for the interface niya sa ang UI or any other nga software, ang update nanda is tingob lang gid. So tanan-tanan na update na siya. Pero if you're not using SSD sa laptop nyo tapos gid nagahinay hindi ka mo matingala nga hinay-hinay yung laptop ninyo, it's natural because nga nag-upgrade ka mo. So i-endure lang ninyo guys ang update kinanglanda. Then you will notice that after updates tama dun ka nami ka smooth ang inyong laptop ang paggamit ninyo. So in the meantime, just endure the problem with updating is that your laptop or your computer will restart for a few times. And then garing kung para nga mas malasig ang update niya, hindi nyo siya paggamiton kung nag-update. Pabayin nyo lang. Para nga tanan nga resources kay inyo nga ano siya, magamit niya kag madasig ang updating. Okay, so do you have any questions, guys, about CLI and GUI? By the way, let me present to you the contents of our Google Classroom, no? So that okay, so guys, this is our Google Classroom, no? There are about 31 students na ang naka-login. Pero I don't know if why ko pa ma-check kung piragid ka mo kabilog. So hopefully makalabot doon ya ano naton activities naton ka sa mga classmates ninyo kag kaninyo man. Kung ay pa ka login ng classmate niyo, please tell her or him that please, to log into our Google Classroom, no, because your grades will revolve in your Google Classroom. Tanan ninyo, guys. Your Google Classroom is comprised of 20% quizzes or quiz.
Since mobile data is turned off, you'll have to turn on what.
Okay, sorry about that. Nag-update ang akon nga cellphone. Ang quiz ninyo is 20%. Ang recitation naton is 10%. Ang ano ninyo, guys, ang code of the day belongs to our recitation. Okay? So that will be karon sa gabi, sabtan ninyo. Major exam naton is 40% and activity naton is 30%. Okay? So total of 100%. So diya nga ma-revolve ang tanan naton nga tanan nga activities. On our classwork is you can see there your course syllabus, no? So you just click this and automatically your course syllabus will be displayed here. And it is on naka Word or naka Google Doc, no? So di ako na-upload na. So if you want to print your course syllabus, you just click print and then automatically you can print our course syllabus if you want to have a hard copy, no? If you want to download this syllabus, you just click this arrow for downloads and then ano lang, change the file name and then if you click save, you can download our course syllabus. So the same thing with our activity number 1, no? Our module, I'm sorry. Our module is here sa module naton, module 1 sa chapter 1. By the way, this was uploaded last Sunday pa. And for your activities, ang kagina ito bala, activity 1 and 2 ninyo, the deadline of that is on Saturday. So you have to work on it and then upload it on before Saturday so that I can check your activities, no? So the deadline is last sem, deadline naton is every Friday midnight. But this semester our deadline is Saturday morning at 11:59 a.m. aga. So before mag-noon, dapat naka-upload na kamo ka activity 1 and 2 ninyo. Dali mo lang siya, guys. We will devise our activities nga medyo mahapos man nga every week matapos ninyo kung ma-upload. Okay? So if you want to go to our module, you just click this. And then this is our module, no? So I hope you appreciate the aesthetics of the module. Kay gin pangabudlayan gid daya kag gin duro nga time gin obra, gin uyang naton para maobra lang yung module ninyo, no? Kag diyan tanan-tanan your activity is here and everything including the summary, the synopsis, and the hyperlinks, the video link, and if you want to the references, no? If you want to print your module, guys, because why pa kami at mando kanamon if you're going to print modules nga for hard copy bala. Na sir, what if kun white signal kanamon sir, paano kami ka-attend klase? Guys, the remedy is you have 2 chances of entering our classes. That is why mga lasi ako sa aga, tapos mga lasi pa ko karon sa gabi. So hindi ka mo ka-attend kun pares B, white signal kaninyo sa barangay nyo. Alas 9 pa man yung klase natin tulad ng morning. Sa morning ka mo attend. Adto ka mo sa banwa or sa classmate ninyo nga may signal. And then, tuya ka mo attend ka klase natin. Pero kung may ubra ka mo sa aga, Then sa gabi ka mo attend ka klase naton later on karon sa gabi. Okay? So if you want to download this, you just click this more actions, and then open in a new window. Then your module 1 will appear here, and then you just click this arrow down button. If you're going to click this, then you can download our module. So click nyo lang save, naka-PDF na siya. So you click save, and then you can download our module. Okay? For your grades, you can actually see your grade here. You can see here your activity 1 and 2. And supposedly, karon later, if you are going to answer your code of the day, you can earn points. Actually, your attendance is 10 points. So you can earn 10 points later on. You can see here karon. And then you can track down your overall grade. Tulad, why pa? Because why pa ka mo nakasabat sa activity naton, and then why pa ka mo naka, tomorrow morning, I will be posting your quiz. Okay? You have a 10-item quiz, and i-deploy ko na siya at 10 a.m. And then the deadline of your quiz is midnight. Friday midnight. So it is just a 10 items multiple choice quiz about chapter 1. So mapos mo lang siya, guys. So kung mabasa ninyo yung module ninyo, I think, or ka mo ka-lecture, maskin attend lang ka mo ka-lecture naton, you can answer your quiz. Because ang tanan nga pamangkot naghalin sa module ninyo. So ang lecture man naton tulad is sa module man naghalin. So therefore you can answer the question gid karon. And then your quiz is 20% of your grade. So please answer at tabayanan ninyo sa Google Classroom ninyo tomorrow and answer your quiz. Okay? You can do that until midnight. So I think that is all, guys, for this morning. Do you have any questions pa? For your question, you can actually put your question here sa chat box, or you can turn on your microphone and ask question. Okay, good morning gid sa tanan. Good morning hambal ni John Paul. John Paul. So questions? Faith, do you have any question, Faith? Okay. Shout out, guys, sa kaninyo tanan nga nag-attend. You may attend or you may not attend our evening class later on. The content of your evening class is the same with the content nga ang tulad nga naton discuss. So I don't know if you want still to listen and attend the class. You're very much welcome. But provided you may choose ang code of the day this morning or karon sa gabi. Ang item karon sa gabi is different from the item today. So lain. You may answer lang isa or depende sa kung diin ka nag-attend nga klase. So thank you, guys. Ang sa 8 kamo kabilog, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people who attended our morning class, and hopefully please attend also next meeting sa next week sa the same time, 9 a.m. This will be our permanent time schedule para nga hindi mag-overlap sa iban nga schedule kay inyo nga professors sa iban nga subjects. So I'm following the format nga sa schedule nga gintao kanaton ni Dr. Alingalan kag ni Sage sa tong nga posting nanda ang schedule nato, no. So ginpaigo ko lang, although nga ang sa gabi why man it conflict kay 6:30 man siya ma-start later on ang klase. Now for some of your inquiries, you can actually direct message me and please stand by for the people who have not taken their midterm and final exams. I will just post it ano naton, FB group. You can ang FB group naton last time sa other subject, you just watch out there, or I will also post it sa 410 ICT 410 naton nga FB group. So anytime I will be posting it, and then please make yourselves available to get the exam. Kabudlay gid abi guys, kung pares ka daw tingi-tingi nga naga daw tiyanggi kamo balang nga naga tag isa-isa ka buol ka grade, indit manami because mabudlay ang magpasa kami ka grade sheet sa ano bala ginabalik-balik, so daw indit manami gid. That is why gina-advise kita ad if ever may exam kita or ano, you get your examinations gid on time. So that is one concern, no. And I will be make this heard sa instruction guro gid. Haiti, what if ang estudyante wa ita na nagabuol ka ano ka on time sa schedule bala. So how many times that we're going to give him or her the exact the time or the schedule for getting the examination. So it's hard for us man, no. It's hard for us to compute the grades on time because why man kamo nagabuol ka exam naton or nagaano sa oras gid. So please if ever we have our midterm, especially not only the quizzes but also the major examination gid, if ever we post the exams, gina-inform man namon kamo ahead, di ba? So please get the examinations on time so that we can also pass our grades on time. So that is a win-win situation. Kay ang iba nagapangayo ka grades nanda, tiway patanda ka pasa ka activity nanda ti paano daya abi. Although you're given 1 year so to accomplish it, but why wait for 1 year, no, when you can do it right away. Okay, so some more guys, do you have any questions? Okay, shout out to Faith, to Gemstone, to Joshua, to John Paul, to Krisha Jean, to Ray Mark, to John Paul Chains, to Syndicate, and Pearl. Thank you for attending our class, and I hope to see you next meeting. Okay, so I will be posting this video later on, not today gid nga no, pero later on sa gabi pa. Okay, so that ano gani, to be fair with your classmates na why ka attend kay so unfair to karon kaninyo guys nga naman ando ninyo kung ano yun ang naton the announcements. I'm just taking a precaution, no. So maybe you can see the video later on after sa klase naton sa isa ka ka session. And please be aware of your code of the day. You can answer it at 7 p.m. onwards until 10 p.m. karon sa gabi. That is just a reminder. So goodbye guys. Thank you. Astra Sapientiam again, to the stars through knowledge. So thank you guys. I'm going to stop the recording. And then I